Hi, I'm Ignatius Creegan, and this is my apprentice, Poulsen. We're getting ready to finish this little fascinator. So go ahead and pull pins, take the ropes off, and cut it away. There are a number of ways you can cut away. What we kind of like is using a seam ripper. Makes it easier to follow the lines. You'll end up doing a little trimming with
Thank you.
but furrier pliers are nice for this.
Hey, John, our first viewer.
So Jama is our other apprentice, Jama McReynolds. She has been working quite a bit with trimming, and she's been working on. So this block has a little strap built into the block in the back. So that's what she's cutting out right now. Yeah, sometimes you get caught up in the wood.
So this is our main studio. She's cutting that. I'm going to give you a little tour here.
We switched over from straw to felt in August. At the end of August, we put away all the straw and start blocking.
So, what shows do we have coming up this month?
We'll be in Evanston on the 23rd, my birthday. Evanston, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
Okay.
We've been there a few times. It's been a while since we've been to Chicago. It takes place in the Chicago Botanical Gardens, and it's a beautiful show. It's one of the top shows in the country. So there are a lot of interesting artists who will be there.
And I think we have one more show in our hometown.
That'll be the 43rd Street Art Fair. That's on south side of Richmond, on the south side of the river at 43rd Street. The 43rd Street Gallery puts it on every year. It's been going on for probably 20 years. It's a little sidewalk art show. It's fun. Okay, so now
Hi, Miss Early.
that's ready to pop off. Okay, so from here, we might take a little shellac. This is a 50-50 combination of shellac and denatured alcohol, and just give it a little more body. Usually we do this outdoors, but shellac is pretty non-toxic. They use it on baby cribs and hard candy, so it's not too bad. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll sew a wire onto it. We've got another version of this hat that's already got the wire sewn on. So Allie carefully followed the contours of this and sewed it on with a blanket stitch. And from here we'll move on to binding on this binding. So this is a velvet ribbon, 5/8 inch. And for some tight work, I don't use a binder, I just use my hand. And with this ribbon is fairly inflexible, so you want to pull it really tight. And this kind of machine is really nice for that. It's a walking foot machine, a unison feed. So it really grabs the material and you can pull quite a bit without pulling the material out of the jar. And so you'll have a nice tight fit. It takes a little practice. This machine doesn't have the best motor on it, so it's a little hard to control. I never bought, so I'm used to it. And if anybody is interested in buying a machine for hat making, this is probably the most important one of them. But there are a couple ways to finish this off. But the velvet ribbon actually trims straight flush pretty nicely and blends. So Allie will know what to do with this. First you want to check your wire to make sure your shape is right. Put that in there and see if it will pop in.
Sorry, we're getting a little bit of a rough signal here in our basement.
I like to turn it so that that wire is still on the very edge. Move on. Okay, so I like to turn that wire in so that when you look at it, you see a felt edge. The wire is underneath and the binding is underneath. And it's a little tricky to get that to work in just right. Some shapes work a little better than others. We'll put a few stitches in it just to make sure that that stays. And from here, this is a piece that fit in the back, and that's going to hold it to the back of your head like that. And it's a little soft, so we're going to take another piece of felt. And unlike fabric, you can shape the felt into the shape that you need. So we're trying to replicate that. So why don't you take that and swirl it so we can have a copy of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take the felt and glass up and just kind of straighten it out, smooth it out. We'll use the back of it so you don't have to use a press cloth.
Do you generally want to use a press cloth though when you're...
Anytime you're working on the surface of the felt. If you're working on the back, it doesn't matter. You should always be careful. Alright, so you want to lay this out on it. And just to conserve material, you want to try that way we can save that for something else, okay? So we've got our shape now. You can go ahead and cut it out.
I don't know if anybody has any questions, but we would be happy to answer them. If you want to just type one in, I can see them while we're recording.
Well, we'll trim those together. So what'll happen next is we'll sew these together and then attach them. Let's see. Does that seem about right?
Maybe it could be a little tighter.
I'm fine. Alright, I'm not going to go too far. Okay, so that is the look of this hat. The
Lovely.
band can be adjusted. And trim. James, start a little trim.
I'm turning it around.
Beginning.
It's the beginning. It's not done. It's a just use the rest of the scrap that's left over and made a felt bow and put some wire on one edge. So we'll see. Might have to finish it up, but just to get an idea what it looks like. Hold this. It would be something around this line. You know, you can kind of put it. You can put it wherever you wanted to, but
We might compact it a little bit or trim it up some.
yeah, so it's not so huge. I personally like a giant bow, but that's just me.
Okay. Well, this is one. We like to start with something and then develop it. You know, it may start as this bow, and then we'll work a little bit more on it and change it in different ways.
Right, but you know, you can just take little.
So, that is the story of this hat so far.
We will probably in the next hour or so, we'll post the finished product with the trim and everything on the video so you can see.
Thanks, everybody.